My name is Olivia. My husband was fighting for his life, but his doctor became the only person who understood me. I am 28 years old. I want to tell you my story. It is a true story. It is a story about sadness. It is a story about love. It is a story about feeling confused. Maybe you have felt confused too. Life is not always easy. Sometimes life is very hard. My husband's name was Mark. He was 30 years old. He was a good man. He was a kind man. He worked as a teacher. He loved children. He loved our small house. He loved me very much. We had a beautiful life. We cooked dinner together every night. We watched movies on Sundays. We went for long walks in the park. We held hands. We laughed a lot. I thought our life would always be like this. I thought we would grow old together. But life can change. It can change very fast. One day, Mark felt sick. He had a bad cough. He was very tired. I told him to rest. I made him hot soup. I thought it was just a cold, but he did not get better. He got worse. He started to lose weight. His face looked pale. He could not eat. He could not walk to the park. He stayed in bed all day. I was worried. I was very scared. We went to the hospital. The hospital was a very big building. It was white and gray. It smelled like strong medicine. I did not like the smell. It made my stomach hurt. We sat in the waiting room. The chairs were made of hard plastic. We waited for a long time. Mark held my hand. His hand was very cold. My hand was shaking. Then a man walked into the room. He wore a white coat. He had dark hair. He had kind brown eyes. He had a gentle face. "Hello," he said. "I am Dr. David." His voice was very soft. His voice was calm. It made me feel a little bit better. Dr. David looked at Mark. He did many tests. We waited again. The waiting was the hardest part. The hours felt like days. Finally, Dr. David called us into his small office. He looked at us. His eyes were sad. He told us the news. Mark was very sick. He had a very bad illness. It was a serious disease in his blood. I stopped hearing his words. The room was spinning. I could not breathe. I looked at Mark. Mark was quiet. He did not cry. He just looked at his hands. I started to cry. I could not stop. I covered my face. Dr. David did not speak right away. He waited. He gave us time. He pushed a box of tissues toward me. "I am so sorry," Dr. David said, "but we will fight this. We will do everything we can." That day, our old life ended. A new, hard life began. Mark stayed in the hospital. He had a small room on the 4th floor. The room had white walls. It had a small window. Outside the window, I could see trees, but inside it felt like a prison. There were many machines. The machines made loud noises. Beep, 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 every day and every night. I did not go home. I stayed with Mark. I slept in a chair next to his bed. The chair was very uncomfortable. My back hurt. My neck hurt. But I did not care. I wanted to be near him. I loved him. The first month was terrible. Mark started strong treatments. The medicine made him very sick. He lost his hair. He lost his strong voice. He became very weak. Most days he just slept. He slept for many hours. I sat in the hard chair. I watched him sleep. I felt very alone. I was in a room with my husband, but I was alone. I could not talk to him. He was too tired. My friends called me on the phone. They asked, "How are you?" I said, "I am fine." But I was not fine. I was dying inside. I was losing my best friend. Dr. David came to the room every morning. He came at 8 o'clock. I always watched the clock. 7:00, 7:30, 8 siwan clock, the door would open. Dr. David would walk in. He always smiled. It was a soft, sad smile. First, he checked on Mark. He looked at the machines. He looked at the charts. He touched Mark's shoulder gently. He talked to Mark even when Mark was asleep. He treated Mark like a human, not just a sick body. I liked that. Then Dr. David would look at me. One cold morning in November, it was raining. The rain hit the small window. I was very tired. I had not slept all night. I was crying quietly. Dr. David walked in. He checked Mark. Then he turned to me. He did not ask about the machines. He did not talk about medicine. He looked at my eyes. He said, "Olivia, when did you last eat?" I looked down. I don't know, maybe yesterday. He frowned. It was a caring frown. "It is a heavy rain today," he said. "Yes," I answered. "Do you like the rain?" he asked. It was a simple question, but it was a normal question. Nobody asked me normal questions anymore. People only asked about sickness. People only asked about death. "I used to like it," I said. "Now it just makes me sad." Dr. David nodded. "I understand. The hospital makes everything look gray, but the sun will come back. Olivia, it always does." He used my name, Olivia. It sounded nice. It made me feel like a real person. After that day, things changed a little bit. Dr. David became a part of my daily life. He came in the morning. Sometimes he came back in the evening. If Mark was sleeping, doctor. He listened. He really listened. He looked at my face when I spoke. He did not look at his phone. He did not look at the door. He gave me his time. Time is a very precious gift. Weeks turned into months. Winter came. Snow covered the trees outside the window. Mark was getting worse. The medicine was not working. The bad cells in his blood were growing. Mark knew it. I knew it. Dr. David knew it. One night it was very bad. Mark could not breathe well. The machines made fast, loud noises. Beep, 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 beep. I was terrified. I ran into the hallway. "Help, please help!" I screamed. Nurses ran into the room. Dr. David ran into the room. He looked very serious. He shouted orders. They worked fast. They put a mask on Mark's face. They gave him new medicine. I stood in the corner. I was shaking. I was crying so hard I could not see. After an hour, Mark was quiet again. He was breathing slowly. The danger was over for tonight. The nurses left. Dr. David stayed. He washed his hands. Then he walked over to me. I was sitting on the floor in the corner. My legs could not hold me up. I was so tired. I was so full of fear. Dr. David got down on the floor with me. He sat next to me on the cold floor. He did not say anything. He just sat there. I looked at him. "Is he going to die?" I asked. My voice was broken. David looked at me. His eyes were wet. "I am trying, Olivia. I am trying so hard, but his body is very weak." I put my face in my hands. I sobbed loudly. My whole body shook. Then I felt his arms. Dr. David put his arms around me. He pulled me close. He hugged me. It was not a romantic hug. It was a human hug. It was a safe place. I rested my head on his chest. I cried until I had no more tears. He just held me. He stroked my hair. He said, I know. It is so hard. It is okay to cry." In that moment, something strange happened in my heart. I felt a spark. I felt warm. I felt safe. I realized something shocking. I realized I needed him. I looked forward to seeing him every day. I listened for his footsteps in the hall. When he was near, my fear went away. I was falling in love with my husband's doctor. When I realized this, I felt sick. I felt terrible. I felt like the worst person in the world. My husband was dying in the bed next to me. He was the love of my life. How could I feel something for another man? How could my heart do this? I am telling you this because I want to be honest. Feelings are not simple. Feelings are messy. You cannot control your heart. When you are drowning in a dark sea, you grab the first hand that pulls you up. Dr. David was pulling me up. He was my light in a very dark place. The next few days, I tried to hide. When Dr. David came into the room, I looked at the floor. I did not talk to him. I did not smile. I only asked about Mark's medicine. Dr. David noticed. Of course he noticed. He was very smart. One afternoon, Mark was asleep. Dr. David asked me to step into the hallway. "Olivia," he said. His voice was worried. "Are you okay? Did I do something wrong?" I shook my head. "No, you did nothing wrong. You are a great doctor. But you are hiding from me," he said. "You look down, you do not talk. I miss our talks." I felt tears in my eyes. "I can't," I whispered. "I am a bad wife. I should only think about Mark, but I think about you. I wait for you. It is wrong. It is so wrong." I looked away. I was so ashamed. My face was hot. Dr. David stepped closer. He gently touched my arm. "Olivia, look at me," he said softly. I slowly looked up. "You are not a bad wife," he said. "You are a wonderful wife. You have been here every single day. You gave up your life to sit in that hard chair. You are tired. You are lonely. You are grieving." He paused. He took a deep breath. "You are looking for comfort," he said, "and I want to comfort you. I care about you, Olivia. I care about you a lot. But right now, Mark needs you, and you need to be here for him. We will not talk about us. We will just be friends. I will be your friend. You are not alone." His words were like magic. He understood me. He did not judge me. He did not call me bad. He just understood my broken heart. I nodded. "Okay, friends," he smiled. "Friends, now go back to your husband. He might wake up soon." I went back into the room. I felt lighter. The heavy guilt was gone. Dr. David was right. I am always here. He smiled. "You are so beautiful. You have always been so beautiful." I started to cry. "Please don't talk like you are leaving." He squeezed my hand. "I am leaving, my love. My body is tired. It is time for me to rest." I shook my head. "No, I cannot live without you." "I don't know how you can," Mark said. "You are strong. You have so much life left to live." He looked at the door. Then he looked back at me. "Dr. David is a good man," Mark said quietly. My heart stopped. My eyes got wide. Did Mark know? Did he see something? "Mark, I started to speak. I wanted to explain." Mark stopped me. He touched my cheek. "You do not have to say anything, Olivia. Be happy for me. Promise me you will be happy." "I promise," I cried. Mark died 2 days later. It was very peaceful. It was nighttime. The hospital was quiet. I was holding his hand. He took a deep breath. He closed his eyes and he did not wake up. The machines made a long, flat sound. Beep. I stood up. I kissed his forehead. His skin was getting cold. "Goodbye, my love," I whispered. Dr. David came into the room. He turned off the noisy machines. The room was finally silent. He came to me. He held me while I cried for my husband. He cried too. He had lost a patient. I had lost my husband. We shared the sadness. The next few months were a blur. It makes it hard to move. I did not see Dr. David. I did not go to the hospital. We had no reason to talk. The connection between us was Mark. Now Mark was gone. I thought I would never see Dr. David again. Spring came. The weather got warmer. The snow melted. Small green leaves grew on the trees. I remembered my promise to Mark. Promise me you will be happy. I decided to try. I forced myself to get out of bed. I opened the windows. I let the fresh air inside. I started to clean the house. I packed Mark's clothes in boxes. I gave them to a charity. It was very hard. I cried the whole time, but it felt like the right thing to do. I went to the park. I walked on the green grass. I felt the warm sun on my face. I breathed the fresh air. I was alive. Mark was gone, but I was still here. One afternoon in May, I decided to go to a coffee shop. It was a small shop near the center of the city. I ordered a hot tea. I sat by the window. I watched the people walking on the street. Then the door opened. A man walked in. He had dark hair. He had kind brown eyes. It was David. He was not wearing his white doctor coat. He wore blue jeans and a gray sweater. He looked like a normal person. He looked handsome. He saw me. He stopped. His eyes got wide. A big smile grew on his face. He walked over to my table. "Olivia," he said. "Hello, David," I said. My heart was beating fast. "Can I sit down?" he asked. "Yes, please," I said. He sat across from me. He looked at my face for a long time. "How are you?" he asked softly. "I am okay," I said. "Some days are hard, some days are easier. I am trying." "I am glad to hear that," he said. "You look well. You look rested." "I missed you," I said. The words came out of my mouth before I could stop them. David smiled softly. "I missed you too, Olivia." Every single day. But I wanted to give you time. I wanted you to heal. You needed space to say goodbye to Mark. I nodded. He was always so smart. He always understood what I needed. "I think I am ready to say hello to life again," I told him. He reached across the small table. He gently touched my hand. His hand was warm. "Can we start with a walk in the park?" he asked. "No hospitals, no medicine, just you and me and the sunshine." I smiled. A real, true smile. It was my first real smile in a very long time. He helped me plant flowers in my garden. He brought light back into my house. He never tried to erase Mark. He knew Mark was a big part of my life. Sometimes I talked about Mark. Sometimes I cried. David just listened. He held my hand. He told me it was okay to remember. Love is a very big thing. It can hold many people. You do not have to stop loving someone who died. You just make a new space in your heart for someone new. Now, many years have passed. I am 35 years old. David and I are married. We have a small baby girl. We named her Lily. She has David's dark hair and my smile. We live in a beautiful house with a big garden. Buster the dog runs in the grass. He fixed my pieces with his kindness. He loved me when I was at my worst. He is a wonderful husband and a wonderful father. I want to tell you something important. Maybe you're going through a hard time right now. Maybe you lost someone you love. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you feel scared. Maybe you feel guilty for trying to find happiness. I want you to know that it is okay. It is okay to cry. It is okay to be lost. But do not stay in the dark forever. Do not close your heart. Life will hurt you. It will break you sometimes, but life will also heal you if you let it. Do not judge yourself. Your feelings are real. You are human. You are allowed to seek comfort. The sun will come back. It always does. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it helps you. I hope it gives you hope. You can do this too. Keep going. Have a beautiful day.